Hello and welcome back. Joining us on the interview desk today is the star of the show, Acid himself from CV Rush, coming off the back of a 3-0. How are you feeling, Acid?
I'm feeling good. As y'all might know, all the leagues are starting to pick up pretty much this week, if not next week. So we had a little bit of a break, and now it feels good to be back here and playing in Excellency.
Nice.
And just take me through this Kha'Zix pick, right? The priority. I understand it's your most played this season, obviously in solo queue, but Kha'Zix is generally seen as more of a solo queue kind of stomp champion. I mean, how do you just make him work into these compositions? Do you tell mid laner, do you tell Frosty, hey, draft a prio mid, I'm just gonna go into this guy's jungle and we're gonna fight him as much as we can? I mean, do you guys plan around playing the Kha'Zix pick, or is it just something that, when it's up, I'm gonna do good regardless of the composition?
Without going too much into giving my idea behind playing him, for the most part, if he's up, I will take him. Just because I'm comfortable into no matter what matchup, he's my most played, so it kind of makes sense. And other than that, yeah, priority is a big thing, and it's just to make him work, you just need to know when people are going to rotate, like when's the support going to want to ward, or when's the ADC going to be by himself. They're basically walking bags of golds for me. So you just got to understand when to get picks. And, in Platinum Leagues, a lot of people are wandering by themselves. It's not as coordinated, and even in Diamond, you can still get picks, so it's pretty easy to get fed off any assassin.
I do want to ask you a little bit about your draft throughout this series. I think you guys didn't play a single common champion outside of the Kha'Zix throughout the entire thing. Were you guys just looking to show off as much as possible? Or is this just more of a trying out new things because you were just feeling so confident in this first game of the split?
Well, the Tristana came back, right? It was game 1 and 3. But other than that, it's not necessarily confidence. It's just more like, what do we feel like works for our team comp, instead of just countering what we don't want to play against. We'll ban what we don't want to play against, but we'll keep what we want to play, and we'll focus more as a whole than what the other enemy team plays, because it's easier that way.
Absolutely.
And then, just kind of, I want to ask, when you were prepping for this game, obviously don't give too much. I mean, you guys are last season's champions. I mean, every team is really good. You do know that. Obviously, Stratosphere, Bucky Stratosphere went into the playoffs. I kind of want to know what prompted the roster change, right? You guys, in my mind, upgraded your ADC, right? You brought in Evil Zara. I mean, that guy was a monster, pretty much carried your last game, I would say, game 3. I mean, was it just, you guys always looking to improve? Was it that, your other guy is in school or something? I mean, not to flame him or anything like that if you don't have to, but, what prompted the roster change?
I'm a shout out to the Bay, because he's my boy and I like playing with him. And I'm going to be 100% honest, I have no idea. I kind of just show up for games and then I play them. I have no hearsay. Maybe Relish will be like, hey man, I'm looking to pick up X player in X position, and I'll be like, yeah, okay, that sounds good. But other than that, I just show up and play. And in terms of prepping, we don't really scrim. We're in 3 or 4 different leagues, and that's our practice. So we never. This is the first time actually playing with this 5-man roster, all of us together, for me at least. So
first time playing together. Wow. I mean, didn't look like it.
It didn't look like it, but we talk a lot. We talk smack, and we keep the banter going, even though sometimes I might mental boom, but that's okay.
Well, I think one question I have for you is, I mean, everyone on this desk right now plays jungle. We all know the feeling of having your buffs taken and what it does to your mental. Does that come into play at all? Are you thinking to yourself, if I steal away this Scuttle Crab, this red buff, I know I'm going to get into his head a little bit? Or is it all entirely just playing around your team and looking to make plays around the map that way?
My perspective on jungle is more of I 1v, I kind of take it as a laning approach, as in I'm a mess up. Oof, can't swear. I almost messed up there. Anyway, I'm a mess up this enemy jungler in his own jungle, and it goes into his head ideally. But other than that, I know if I'm more fed than the enemy jungler, I'm just going to be more impactful around the map for the most part. And then if he's top side, I'm going to try and do something bot side, vice versa. And
so you'd say, oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go for it.
I was just going to say, you're the type of jungler that wants to get yourself ahead, so then you can enable your laners by just denying the enemy jungler as much as possible.
Pretty much. It's easier for me to play that way than to try and force for other lanes, because we've all been there. We've all tried to force for a lane. Not gonna say what lane, but and then it goes bad. Then you're tilted like, man, I should have just played for myself. So I have a very selfish approach to jungle, but it works. So
Yeah, it definitely works here. But that's gonna be the close up for our interview. Soulpan, do you have any final questions for our man Acid here?
I think we're good to go. I just want to say I appreciate you. Thanks for coming back, and congrats on your strong start to this fall split here.
I got one thing to say.
Of course, yeah.
Oh, yeah, go for it.
So I just want to shout out Array because we've jungled against each other a couple times, and he got me good with the the invade on game 3, and I always say the only way to get me behind is by invading me level 1. So that was props to him. But next time you should buy a couple control wards.
Absolutely. Well, strong words here from Acid. That's going to close us out. I just want to give one final thank you to CB Rush and Bucky Stratosphere for the series, and a huge thanks, of course, to our Patreons. AM Grind Coffee. Drop that exclamation mark AM Grind to get yourself 25% off of a bucket load of coffee for yourself. Of course, Dory K as well in the back running production for us. Struggling with the sleep schedule, but making it otherwise. You can catch Mid-League next week here, same time, same place. 6 p.m. EST on Wednesday night. 6 p.m. MST, 8 p.m. EST on Wednesday nights. Of course, if you are looking to sign up for Excellency Esports, you can also check out Heavy League and Pinnacle League, which I believe are both still looking for teams. So check those out if you are interested in playing one of the uncapped leagues. This has been Mid-League Week 1. This has been Soulpan and Chibi. We will see you guys next time, and thanks for watching.
Follow us on